Yeah, hi. Is this Middlebrow?
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Middlebrow podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Brian Park.
I'm Dan Rosen.
We're in Marta.
We're in Marta, a very lovely gallery in the Silverlake neighborhood of Los Angeles.
This is your domain. What is this place?
This
it's
is
an art gallery, furniture design gallery?
Yeah, a furniture design, art object gallery. We're currently sitting on their lovely wares, as is our guest today.
If you're watching on YouTube, you will see that Dan
which you
is
should be
dressed in a very easy breezy David Duchovny Californication-like suit.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing a hoodie. Dan didn't prepare me for this trip at all.
First of all, you wear whatever, and people are like, "Wow, like tall, hot Asian guy. That must be good. What he's wearing, whatever you're wearing, is de facto cool." I have to try like a little piggy, and like you have to clean me up, and like Jesus.
We're getting a different Dan in LA. Vibes are different.
I am. That's very true. I have changed.
Yeah, but I'm excited to bring in our guest this week, who's a friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod. Never done it before, but he's a friend of it.
He's still a friend of the pod.
He's a
what
comedian?
is he?
He's a multi-hyphenate. He's a comedian. He's a writer. He's a great guy.
Director, producer, everything.
Prolific tweeter. You've seen his tweets. You've seen his viral tweets that have been then, reposted a million times on your Instagram stories by the most annoying people you know. Give it up for Zack Bornstein, everybody.
Hello.
What's up, Zach?
Pretty good. I have to point out for the people listening that the absolute power dynamics you guys immediately put on display here, that we're sitting in 3 chairs. 2 of them have about 6 inches of luxurious cushion, a backing, this beautiful foam backing. Meanwhile, they put me in a Catholic punishment chair. The backing is just a whittling of 2 fists.
Zach is sitting in a Min Jae Kim.
It's a Min Jae Kim.
Min Jae Kim.
And it has a butt cropping,
good.
but it doesn't match my butt. It's good if it matches your butt. If it doesn't match your butt, it's
aspirational.
My butt will never look at this is like a child's hips.
I think you have children. You've lost a lot of weight in the last year or so, and so I think actually
my pelvis. I didn't lose weight from my pelvis bones.
Yeah, I think it's important for us to establish dominance and to your place. It is like the dunce chair.
Yeah,
given you.
And not only that, you guys. If you're watching, you can see you guys gave yourself luxurious mic cushions. Meanwhile, I'm raw dogging this thing.
Wow, Zach is calling us out. You've seen through our little game.
I just know that we try to keep you on your toes. Power mogging me right now.
Yes, Zach works in the industry.
Look, I see through it all.
Yeah, you work in the industry, and we're trying to put you in your place.
And it's working.
We're both just jealous of your illustrious career.
I'm not really jealous, but I think you're a great guy.
You just came from Shrinking, where you're a writer.
Yes, yeah, we're writing season 4 right now. Season 3 is airing. Please watch it on Apple TV Plus.
Yeah, and you
it's on television.
On television, television.
People still do that.
There's like another year and a half left of this industry, so just trying to milk it for all it's worth.
And you're milking it.
Yeah,
you're doing great, baby.
Dairy farmer, baby.
Thanks for doing the pod.
It's an honor.
You will work in a room all day.
Yeah.
And now we've subjected you to a podcast.
It's an incredible, generous thing I'm doing. You guys, and then to put me in this punishment.
Yeah. You're viewing it as a punishment, but we, as people who are cultured and design forward, actually gifted you the ability to sit in one of America's leading furniture designers.
The opportunity to really. Yes. Well, here's the thing. As someone who's uncultured, I'm deeply uncultured. I'm like, what's the dairy that's uncultured? Is milk?
Raw milk.
Yeah, I'm like unpasteurized raw milk.
Yeah, and we're RFK, baby.
It's a beautiful chair. I'm not gonna looking at it. Fantastic. I'm just saying, if it seems like it's custom made for someone's butt, and unfortunately, I would love for it to be my butt, but it's not.
You have a good butt.
Dan told me that you're trying to replace me on this podcast.
It seems fun. Here's what we do. We replace this guy.
No one's happy. This is what I learned in Los Angeles. Everyone that has a job that I want wants to do.
Yearns for what you do.
And I think it's just endless. Is there a single happy person in this city?
I'd say there are some. I think Bill Lawrence is happy.
Okay.
Is he happy? I don't think he's happy.
He has like 8 shows.
He's so busy. He's probably tired, but he's like he really is living the dream of what you would want as a comedy writer.
Yeah.
No, I think there's a deep void that he's trying to fill. And for our listeners, who is Bill Lawrence? What
incredible, one of the most prolific show creator of all time. Truly one of.
You already work for him. You don't have to.
Yeah, you don't. Have
I was going to say, what if he listens to this? He's not going to listen to this.
He's not listening. You think Bill Lawrence has
Oh
time?
my
He has
God.
50 shows on the air right now.
That being said, he's still incredible. He has 5 shows on the air currently. Of the most popular shows: Scrubs, Ted Lasso, Shrinking, Bad Monkey, and this new Steve Carell show on HBO, plus a bunch more. And
he doesn't need to do this anymore.
No, but he's good and he's enjoying it. That's my point. Is I'm saying, why would he do it if he wasn't bringing him joy?
Is Harvard Westlake tuition that much these days?
His kids are out of high school mostly.
Can he give?
He's doing fine.
Can he give a little juice to the rest of us?
I mean,
how many shows does a man need?
I mean, ask Ryan Murphy.
That's true.
I mean, he's in the dozens, isn't he? Or no, not Ryan Murphy.
Yeah, Ryan Murphy.
He's the one with the most. Oh, and Berlanti, of course.
What does Berlanti do?
He's a show creator, one of the most prolific show creators of all time.
This is why I'm not gonna have a career here. I don't even know these people.
Well, you look great.
Thank you.
I feel so shit right now.
Brian's a little ill. Brian's a little ill.
Why are you ill?
Brian ate something.
Yeah, I'm like, this is my flu game. I don't
Is your
feel
flu
good.
game?
No, Jordan did well in the flu game.
I'm doing bad right now.
I was thinking about the flu game recently, how it was considered this incredible thing. He pushed through adversity to have this incredible win. Especially looking back at it post-COVID, it's so rude to play basketball with the flu.
Without even a mask.
That's like... Truly, he's the greatest of all time. But to like, you're rubbing up against guys for an hour, sweating, breathing heavily. You're just giving
but one thing
20 people
tennis.
the flu.
Tennis, you're far.
Tennis, you're far. You could be as ill as you want. You could have diarrhea playing tennis. You're not hurting anyone.
On my flight over here, so I got screwed by the blizzard, and then I had to take a connecting flight in Detroit to LAX. There was an older man who was vomiting violently throughout the entire flight.
Into what? Into like a bag?
Into an industrial-sized black garbage bag.
Where was he? Is he in the window or the aisle?
He's in the aisle.
And where's the bag?
It was a full flight.
Where's the bag?
And you heard it. You just hear it the whole time.
Yeah. And so for the entire...
Was he watching like a bad movie?
What?
He just saw a horrible...
I heard he was watching this podcast.
All right. And that's our show.
Well, but here's the thing. Were the people sitting next to him, did they seem like they knew him? Were they being comforting?
No one knew him. He was rogue.
Imagine being the middle guy next to him.
Brutal. The flight attendants were like, you can't fly. Like, you're
dying.
Ill.
Yeah.
From the jump, he was vomiting.
From the jump.
Oh, pre-takeoff?
Pre-takeoff.
They take him out of the plane?
He beelined to the bathroom. The plane couldn't take off because he was vomiting his brains out in the bathroom.
This is your 9/11. And now you came to give us your whatever you have.
So listeners, this is how much I care about this podcast.
Wait, now I'm worried about... I mean,
you're far.
I'm not that far.
You're past 6 feet.
Did you test this mic? How much testing did you do on it?
I haven't tested it.
Brian did lick all the mics.
That's what my fear is.
At the chair.
No. Truly, you're good.
I remember doing a stand-up show and the guy before, I forget his name, and he did fine. He had a bit where he put the mic in his mouth, the whole thing, and it was like it got like chuckles, like it got a laugh, but it wasn't like it didn't get like an applause break. And I was like, if you're gonna put the mic in your mouth, you better bring down the the joke has to be so good to be. And this was like my 3rd show post COVID.
Yeah. Oh.
And the guy goes like, and then I go up.
He's a throat.
I brought a
goated.
napkin, like a tiny napkin.
I'd be much more worried for him than for you.
Yeah,
because
true.
Who's cleaning mics? These mics live in like
disgusting
in the bags of the most degenerate people on earth.
And he also had 2 years to like come up with new material, and this is he's leading with that
throat mic.
Yeah, throat micing it.
Throat mic Mike. His name is Mike as well.
It's throat mic Mike.
Yeah, first name Throat, so he goes by throat mic Mike.
So Dan texted me last night, and he said he was like, "Oh, can you give some pant recommendations to Zack Bornstein?"
So Dan's been absolute. I mean, do you want to?
I've been staying with Zack. And I love Zack. He's one of the sweetest men that I know.
That's kind, and he's only saying a kind thing right now because he's about to drag me through the fucking mud.
And it became apparent that most of Zack's pants are Lululemon joggers.
Okay, first of all, hold on.
There's anything wrong with that?
They're not joggers.
shut up.
They're not
I like-
joggers. There's no.
Those are the ABC pants, right?
My brother in Christ.
Yeah, I think they're great.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's wrong with that, Dan? What's your issue
Oh
with
my
it?
God, Brian!
Zach needs
Brian,
the-
how come you wouldn't wear these pants?
I'm not a showrunner. I'm not an EP.
I'm
so
not
I have
either.
To
I'm not either.
I have to compensate through style. But if you're
Yeah.
actually running shit, you need function. You need to be comfortable.
You need to be leaping around
You're
the set.
You're delegating work.
You never know. You have to break into an all-out sprint.
Look at this. Can you guys do this in your pants?
No, I see you have the extra cloth in your crotch.
Do I?
Yeah. Do you not see that there's like, oh my God.
Well, they're bunched.
Put the mic up to the snap that just happened. You hear that? That's when he stretches.
That's the 3%
It is like
elastane
it's
in
a
it.
plastic. This isn't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're wearing plastic.
Your scrotum is absorbing, so it has like a spoonful of microplastics in it right now.
Probably more. Probably like a.
I think
cup.
they're just a little tight. And I think
that was his point yesterday.
I think
is
you're a
that
very
they're-
tall gentleman, and I think it's a little popsicle sticky. And I'm not trying to neg you.
No, it's
You're
fine.
negging. I'm so judgmental.
No,
Dan.
do it. I need it. I won't change.
Have you felt
otherwise.
the pressure?
Brian, you're the most judgmental person I know.
What are you
In terms of clothes?
Dan, I am ill right now, and this is how you're treating me.
Here's
No,
the thing. Dan is wearing billowing cloth. I don't know how he goes in escalators. He's always probably getting stuck in like the slats and stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm a fashion victim. It's fine.
Dan has fallen for the trap where a lot of fashion bros put on a burlap sack and have convinced themselves that is
Layers
the pinnacle
and layer. No,
of
you got to
fashion.
layer. And so much cloth. There's just so much extra cloth.
But it's all natural fibers, Zach.
Yeah.
You understand.
I agree with
It's
you
breathable.
that these are. I've been wearing the same. I didn't even think about pant leg options. I've been wearing the same slim tapered leg since 2009, something like
yeah,
that.
that was
you
the
haven't
style
felt
at the time.
you haven't felt the pressures of since being in LA to like
Oh, this is what people
This is
wear
what
in
people
LA.
wear.
I don't
LA
know.
dresses like shit.
Although a
Really?
lot of people around me wear the big. It's been the last
They're
couple of
going
years.
big.
It's gotten wider
Yeah,
for sure.
No, the cool writers who are hired from like TikTok, they're probably
There was
Yeah.
a vacuous
writer's
look
room.
in Zach's eyes. He's
yeah.
Like, what writers are
vacuous
hired?
much. I don't know exactly. Like, what was the last writer I know
What
got hired on
writer
TikTok?
got hired from TikTok?
But it was vacuous, much like your clothing, the great vacuums of space within them. That was a little forced.
Just look at Cary Grant, the style gods. And you've gone into the kind of Andrew Tate manosphere. Ben Shapiro wears exactly what you
Ben
wear.
Shapiro.
Yeah.
But he looks great.
You
Ben
think?
Shapiro?
Do you think
Have you seen his family?
his
I don't-
his
I
sister
didn't-
is known for being well endowed?
I mean, I agree with you. And this, unfortunately, I heard
He's wearing a Henley.
for the first time a couple weeks ago as well that my pants are tight.
Yeah,
And
so now it's in your head.
So now, when you brought it up, it was like, oh god.
Now it's a
damn it.
chorus.
Now it's unfortunately, and you do know things.
Yeah.
Like I think more than you're not just doing the dye workwear guy. Like you seem to know another level, another step of it.
But now I think I've freed you. I've given you a little shopping addiction, which is a gift.
It's true. No,
Do you
and
have
I
a shopping addiction?
I already had a shopping addiction. I really love the feeling of buying, I guess, anything. I actually, you know what? I love haggling.
Haggling.
I don't like the money leaving me. I love having it. I don't have the most, but I like what
so
I
you're
do
going
have.
retail, brick and mortar, and haggling.
Are you
'cause it's
trying to
hard
make
do
Brian-
No, I'm
online.
not haggling like at the Gap, but if you, I love. That's why I love eBay.
Okay.
That's why I love auction websites.
You like a
I love,
deal. You like a deal. Brian, this podcast has already made Brian anti-Semitic. And so you come here. You come here as a Bornstein, and you say that you love not to shop, not the object, but just to
the object I don't care so much for.
and just like screwing a man, just knowing I got one over in this time, in
Isn't
this
it
day
just
and
fun
age.
to
Zach.
haggle?
Wait,
I-
can you expound on that, Dan? What do you?
Oh,
what,
no,
what do you-
Dan.
No.
I don't really know. I'm not. I don't really. I'm not.
He's
really
doing some
understand the
race trader
connection.
stuff.
I am a race
He's
trader.
not wrong, but he is. It is traitorous.
I can never have you. You can walk away from a deal.
If,
You-
yeah, of
if
course.
you lowball,
Of
I feel too
course.
bad.
You have to be able to walk away. That's your whole power.
Wait. So what are you buying on eBay then?
I do vintage watches. I do some vintage camera stuff. I
Okay.
do shirts. I bought a pair of pants today off of Dan's recommendations.
Nice.
Sick.
What'd
I
you
got
get?
vintage
What'd you
green Levi's.
Green Levi's.
Straight fit.
Could be, think about how much room your
501s.
penis will have. Just your balls will just like scream in joy.
They
That's
don't
it.
want that
We're
much
free!
space. No,
We're
they like being
free!
tucked up.
Vintage green Levi's.
And it was, and I looked up how like.
And
if
did you
they're-
size up too from the tagged size? Because otherwise,
No, was I supposed to?
they're not going to fit when they arrive.
But they were old ones because it said if it was pre 1999, it will say made in USA.
Zach found everything out about this yesterday.
Truly, I was like the AI overview at Google got
Yeah.
a lot of use.
Like already you're speaking like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I said the 501s. That sounded pretty knowledgeable.
So are you big into watches? Do you notice other watches?
I like
on them?
I like a vintage watch because you can hack.
Oh my God!
Are you
trying to,
into
like-
anything? Did you just like you got some money?
You're truly
you
doing
got
it.
some success, and you're like, I guess this is what a man with success does. He wastes money on watches.
Well, it was the watches specifically. I will say it was. I went through a big breakup last year, and it was
okay.
like trying to buy myself out of sadness kind of thing because
Okay.
you're like home alone every night, and I'm like, you think maybe this purchase will be the thing
So
that
what were
brings
the
me
biggest
back.
purchases that you made?
There
during
was a-
this
there's a-
fragile time.
are
in
you
your
saying
life?
that time heals all wounds?
My man.
Thank you.
That's our sponsor, guys. Casio, time heals all wounds. The greatest medicine. The Casio
It seems not
PF30.
because now you're just having another addiction.
Another
Pant
addiction.
buying.
No, I bought. I mean, the most expensive one I got is. You know what? I like the story of it too. It was a 1949 Rolex, an Oyster Perpetual, and it became every Rolex since the beginning of time has come with a box and papers that they sell it with to verify its authenticity. Almost all of the ones before like the 2000s, they lost the papers. Because it's just hard to hold on to
Right,
papers.
right, yeah.
This one, 1949, still had the original papers.
40s were a big year for
Yeah.
asking people for their papers.
Oh my God!
That's a good joke.
you.
That's a good joke. Just like, no matter how you feel about what happened in the 40s, it's
they
a
were,
strong joke.
They were into papers.
Can you put some space in your room and hire this man?
That's very good. But also
They're
on the
Jewed
watch,
out, I think.
there's a engraving on the back of it that says "To Omar, love Mildred,"
Oh.
and I thought that was so beautiful because one,
Interracial couple.
it's an interracial couple, very rare for the time.
Yeah.
Or not
Yeah.
and also it was from the woman to the man, which was also
Was it Omar Sharif, you think?
I have no idea which Omar didn't specify on the papers.
I like to imagine it's Omar Sharif.
It could have been. I mean, also all the papers were in Spanish, so
And this is like big. If you go to like Hodinkee, this is an important.
I don't know who Dinky.
That's I guess you're not really into watches.
See.
Do you wear the box around?
Never wear the watch, but I do wrap the papers
You put it on your head like to
on my
fill in.
forehead.
Do you want us to move this a little bit so you have more room?
No,
for your
it's
legs?
good.
No, you're good.
I just have so much flexibility in my fabric
That's
that you
true.
guys wouldn't understand.
You could really straddle anything.
Wasn't
Guys,
it nicer to wear
Everyone
it
has to
tight?
watch this on YouTube. You really need to see
It's not that tight, is it?
Zach doing his.
Zach's got a California vibe going. I don't know why
It's comfortable?
You're poo-pooing on it.
No one says California vibe when they're talking about clothes in a positive manner.
I think there is energy that works. I don't know if that's what you're going for, but kind of like a Big Lebowski walking into a G-Wagon.
That
That's
was
California
the biggest
exclusive.
backhanded compliment I've ever heard.
Brian's entered a new phase of his life where he's just like
He started kind and then
like live and let be thing, but it's actually deeply passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Because he's like,
that came
I'm
through.
trying
if you
it
want to
on for
dress like
size.
shit and be an idiot, that's good.
I like that
That's fine for you.
I like that you're comfortable wearing that. That was that was like I just think it's so cool how brave you are to wear that.
I'm just an empathetic person. okay?
That was the subtext.
And I'm sure, as you know, if you hang out with Dan long enough, you just can't be two peas in a pod. It's too much.
It's true.
Yeah, one person has to be joyful and full of happiness.
I can be that. I think comfort above all else. Why we've cracked the technology. I think when they let men have stretchy pants in around 2014, it was one of the greatest things to ever happen. They let us essentially wear leggings to work, and I haven't gone back.
All right, I can't wait. So why the thing that makes you appreciate a 1949 Rolex with a box and papers? Why can't you apply that to the clothing that you wear?
Because this is made by like children in
Bangladesh.
in Bangladesh. And it's fast wicking.
Yes.
And it has no swag. The Rolex.
There's some swag,
The
no?
tale you told about the Rolex has history and weight
Isn't that cool?
and culture.
Yeah.
And these were made like 2 weeks ago and they'll fall apart.
There's a story to Lululemon. Every Lululemon ABC signature pant has a story. You get a credit on your credit card for Lululemon. So it brings down the cost even
You're
more.
not helping with the juice stuff, Zach. You're not helping.
And also they have biannual sales.
You got jacked after your breakup, huh?
Look, I was trying to find ways out of the sadness.
I just noticed you got some biceps going on.
Biceps.
Thank you.
Are you taking peptides too?
I don't do peptides. I do creatine.
Oh,
but
wow.
no. But
We're
everyone
talking
should be
about
on
that.
creatine.
That's what they say, but no one who takes it knows if it works.
I do know it works. I have a spreadsheet that shows the work. I guess that I could have also been
Of what you
doing
ate
it,
or
but
what you
of what I
lifted?
ate and what I lived.
Do you apply the same level of analyses and spreadsheeting to your comedy writing? Is that kind of your approach?
I should. Honestly, I should be like, this one did this tonight, this one did that tonight. It's a little more free flow. I mean, I have the way I keep track of my projects at home is I have a cork board that has 3 categories, and it's do now, and follow up. And then every project is a Post-it note. So every TV pilot, every movie, every stand-up thing, every book idea, whatever, is a Post-it note. And then it moves through those categories based on, essentially, do now is it has a deadline, someone's paying you for it or whatever. Follow up is it's on someone else's plate and I need to like bother them on email, and I can pretty much ignore.
This is a breath of fresh air speaking to you, because anyone I speak to who's doing writing in Hollywood these days, it's just a lot of like, oh my, just survive until 2025.
It's past that. They did.
But you're actually working.
I mean, there is.
Well, that's because he has
You're working.
He
You're
has the
doing
Michelle
it.
Robbins do now system.
Who's Michelle Robbins?
No, she's like
Let go, right? The let go
No,
system?
let them.
Let them.
She's just like a self-help thing. But
Oh,
the
I
do now,
see.
it feels like something you'd
This
see
is
on a
fun.
shelf.
You're doing it.
I mean,
No
I'm trying.
complaints.
Zach always has more
things are
work than
happening.
anyone.
That's. I mean, people.
No, you're a very talented guy.
very
That's why.
kind.
You're a
I'm trying
talented
to
guy.
fuel
Work
my
hard.
Lululemon habit.
Every time I'm like, "What are you working?" It's like the Gushers came to me with a movie. They need a Gushers movie, and I think I can get off the ground if you can get Bounty Extra Strength to to star.
Are you writing movies based on IP?
I have
for consumer
one. I can't say what it is, but
for
there is
CPG
one
brands?
movie I've sold that's based on a consumer product. There was another
How do you get
movie that I pitched on that was based on a consumer product mascot.
Wow. Oh my god.
Unfortunately, I didn't get that one, but I was in the
Can
I was
you
in the
say what
top
that is or
3.
no?
I can't
That's
say I was.
incredible.
Yeah.
So you just drive to Vaughn's and you just walk down the aisles and like,
You're like, oh, let's see the cottage cheese movie.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing of have you seen The Studio episode
Yeah.
1?
You're.
It's real.
It's real.
very much.
It's not a joke.
not
I
a
talked
joke,
to you
there
like
are.
this is barely.
so do the
satire.
studio executives reach out to you and they're like, hey, adapt this? Or are you, like I said, you're going to Ralph's and you're like, I think this has legs. Let me go to the studio.
You guys know about boneless chicken? I see a movie in that. No, it comes from production companies, studios, from the brand itself. Usually the way these come together, although there's a million ways it happens, is a brand and a studio or production company will team up. Either a brand will say, what's a brand you like? What was that pants you wanted me to get yesterday?
Levi's?
No, not it started with a G. Sounded like a sandwich.
Grimici?
Grimici.
Yeah.
There was, let's say Grimici was like, we want to do a Grimici movie. They call up Sony or whatever and then say, hey, do you guys want to partner on a Grimici movie? We'll put up this X amount of money. And then Sony goes, okay, let's partner on this. They make a deal. And then they go out to writers and say, they have an open writing assignment. So then writers who have talked to Sony execs, who that Sony execs like, will be like, hey, do you want to pitch on this? And it's called a bake-off, essentially, where a bunch of writers will come in and pitch their take on the Gravici movie. Is that what it was?
Wow.
Gravici?
Grimici. Is it called a bake-off because it's the Pillsbury Doughboy?
No, it's a bake-off because it's like you win the pie contest, essentially. Like your
Yeah.
cake, you win the cake, or I don't know.
And the logo for the Grimici pants is actually a person. So then you come up with an idea and you're like,
is a cute figure who could make an interesting.
something about like his father died in a car accident and
Yeah.
now he has to like summit this.
I mean, get
this
Sony
wall.
on the phone. This is good stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
You're leaving money on the table, guys. It's not that hard, is all I'm saying.
And
So when you were tweeting a lot and making a lot of viral bangers, you were like, this is what I want to do.
this is the dream.
This is the dream. I mean, the dream for me has always been make people laugh and pay my rent. Those are like, if I can combine those into one endeavor, I'd be very happy. And I've
You're doing
been
great.
lucky enough to be able to, for a chunk of time now, be able to do one by doing the other. So I'm very grateful for that.
I first came across your work though through Twitter.
That's a lot been my kind of like, that's my, what do you call it? Flag? No, or lightning rod.
Your temple, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like you were part of a wave of comedians like
Megan Amram,
Rob Delaney, who like made their bones. Like where Twitter was still like a place where you could really crank them out and get discovered.
I mean, to even be mentioned with them is a great honor. So like they're
this
incredible.
Dude is media trained like crazy. Oh my
practicing
god!
He works for Apple. He works for Tim Apple.
I mean, was it believable?
It was good.
Every
Thank
time
you.
he slips, it's like 2,000 AirPods less sell.
Yeah.
So he's,
Well, I have a shock collar on under this.
Yeah, you can't say anything.
Anytime I say something that's not
they're like,
glowing about
Your
a.
co-host made a Holocaust joke. Wrap it up.
But yes, I came about in a time where people were still getting. I mean, it still happens now more from TikTok, but where people were getting work from Twitter. So actually, my very first like real big boy job was because I had some videos going viral on YouTube, and then Jimmy Kimmel just DM'd me on Twitter one day.
Whoa.
He had seen them and was like, "Who are you?" And we started chatting, and then he was
Who
like,
are you?
I mean,
What are
essentially. And then he was like, we were chatting. It was fun. And then he was like, let me know next time you're going to be in LA. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. I'm going to be in LA next week. Had no plans to be in
Yeah.
LA. I was in
Yeah.
New York at the time, but flew out here on just the hopes. I spent my last $500 in my bank account. I was living just like, a week here, a week there at friends' couches and little sublets and whatnot, piecing together a life in New York. And then we met and then hit it off. Jimmy Kimmel's the greatest fucking dude. I love him. Owe him
Makes good
everything.
pizza too, I hear.
Incredible chef. Very talented chef. Yeah. But then he was like, we met and there was not a job. And then he was like, well, keep sending me your stuff. And so I kept making videos and was doing a lot of stand up and submitting a lot of packets and whatnot. And then eventually one of the directors was leaving and they brought me out on a trial period for 1 week. And then it became 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And then I was there for a few years. But that was back when
You were very young.
I was 24. I got so lucky that he just like happened to stumble on this because I had no connections or money or whatnot. And then, but it was also lucky at a time period where people were getting like jobs sometimes,
through.
or at least opportunities, meetings, stuff from Twitter.
Yeah.
And there's a Bridger Weiniger, one incredible writer. He also came to Kimmel that way. Jeff Loveness. He had this very funny YouTube video that got him his first job. Now he's writing Marvel movies, and like it's like that. It was also it also is a testament to Jimmy Kimmel that he was willing to take chances on like young weird Twitter voices that turned out to be
And it translated.
It translated, yeah, because that's what late night is, and he had his longtime great joke writers, classic guys who had been with him from the Man Show, but then he was willing to take a flyer on some of us randos from the internet, and I really think that is why his show always felt fresh and like very young, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I think he's awesome.
I mean, it was like a huge shift in where like before, if you wanted to succeed, you had to kind of know. Like, even if you were good, you had to know.
You had to have an uncle or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Or be in the lamp.
Yeah, now no one gets a job like that. No one gets
no one
gets a job by your dad being a producer on
I think
SNL.
that
That's never
stuff
happened
is-
before.
I think that's happening for TikTok folks now. There's like
exactly.
people are getting movies
But
made.
I think Brian
and-
and I also similarly benefited from like we didn't know how to break in. We didn't know anyone, and this was like opportunity to show that you could do the job or be funny in some capacity. And then people are like, oh, he's funny in this context. Like, can I bring him into this other one? Maybe there's something there.
Yeah. It's also a way to show your chops because it's like so many kids come out of like film school or school being like, I'm such a good writer or director. I'm like, that you might be, but until you've actually like made stuff to prove it, it would be insane for someone to take a chance on you without having like the goods to back it up. So it's like you need to like go out and actually do the thing for dirt cheap and show you're good at, and you have a unique voice and perspective and everything. So
you need to be able to look at Mark Zuckerberg at a hearing.
Oh, you're referencing one of your
legendary tweets.
Oh, thank you so much.
Was there one tweet that you like, this got me my career?
There was no individual one, but just kind of the avalanche. It's like what one snowflake doesn't make an avalanche.
That's true. In fact, there's like a point where there's like a straw, and at some point, if they're putting on a camel, you can keep putting them on a camel.
On its where on it?
I think it's on its hump.
On the back.
In and around the back.
Okay, so
Then
there's a
eventually-
bunch of
then-
straws on its back.
Yeah, and eventually there'll be too many.
Too many straws, but straws are so light individually
I know, and yet when you package them all together,
in the aggregate.
in the aggregate, they actually weigh more.
But is there
than
any
the
individual straw, would you say,
Yeah,
that did something to the camel's back?
I think there's one. Yeah,
There's one?
there must be. There's the last one.
It's kind of like
It's
those
in fact it's a
machines
straw
at
that
the...
broke the camel's back.
Oh, it breaks.
It breaks.
I think this... If it's breaking, it's
Let's do this for
fine.
an hour. The rest of the time is.
I
have
think
no
it
idea
was
what's going on. My
already-
stomach hurts so much
Brian
right
is
now.
going to start vomiting on both of us.
It's like the machine at the arcade with the quarters where it like goes up to the ledge. You know what
my
I'm
God,
talking
that
about?
was the biggest
Oh,
scam.
yes.
We all.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
God.
God.
It's so satisfying when you push them off. My God, that one's
It never
incredible.
happened.
Yeah, it's easy. You put enough quarters.
I mean,
No,
Zach has the Midas touch, Dan.
You were one of the younger writers to get on SNL,
Yeah, I was 26 when I went
and your parents
there.
were not proud of you. Still, they.
I think they were proud, but my mom was like, "This is a step to medical
still-
school."
Like, what are you gonna do
In their
after?
defense, being a comedy writer is stupid. Like it's a bad, like statistically, it's a bad idea.
Yes.
It's like if you have a child who you love and you want them to live a good life, you're like, oh, you're throwing away everything to do to chase a unicorn. Like it's dumb.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
dad's concept of comedy is like, this is an embarrassing
You
profession.
are a clown.
You're a
It is,
clown.
wait, it is
Like,
embarrassing.
you're
But
a
we've made it
clown.
work.
Definitely.
We all know many people.
But I'm naive though. I had this concept of comedy of being like, well, a lot of Harvard people are comedians. Like this is a high art form. You're thinking deeply and trying to come up with astute, poignant observations about society.
Yeah. I mean, there is a part of that, but it was just like, it's a bad idea. So
yeah, we all know many people who it has not worked out for.
you
and
have to be
ruined their
so
lives.
dumb. You have to be naive to go into it. You have to believe you have something special in a very naive way. And I'm not saying this, I sound very negative right now, but I think it's like you just have to, I don't know, maybe we should cut
No,
this
you have
out.
to be. No, I agree. You have to be. I do wonder why. If that's why, like,
I'm saying I
when
was
you go
stupid.
to open
like,
mics, you see way more men because men are just so stupid that they're like, yeah, this makes sense.
yeah, I'm
And
special.
I'm special, and I'm funny,
yeah.
and none of them make it.
Some
And that's
do.
sort of like
and that's the
a
thing is you
dumb male
look at
delusion.
it's like looking at the lottery, you see the person who won and you're like, that could be me, as opposed to you don't see the 900 million people who didn't win.
Yeah. Well, just outside, Brian and I turned to Brian and I was like, we always talk about who's doing the best of the people we started out with. We never talk about who's doing the worst.
They're probably
Yeah.
dead, Dan. That's what I said.
Yeah, they're probably dead.
Danny Flipkin
Danny, is
doing the absolute worst of everyone I've met.
that a real person?
No, I just made
Oh,
that up.
okay.
And then what's your impulse to want to compare?
No,
is
I-
Hollywood
no,
just high school? Is this people who can't grow out of high school?
I
Is this
think
an
it's
industry for
people who were, I mean, speaking from experience, unliked in high school, yearning to be liked and popular and feel like, yeah, it's yearning. You're always chasing what you thought the cool kid in high school had.
Yeah. Lululemon joggers.
They're not joggers. They're not cinched at the ankle
They may as well be.
over my ankle socks, which you probably also hate.
Yeah. They really, when you sit down,
Yeah, they ride
the
up.
cuff just grazes, just gently skims the edge of your ankle sock.
The centimeter of skin between the ankle sock and the bottom of the Lululemon pant.
So
I
you ha-
really recommend everyone getting the Lululemon
Oh my
pants. They're
God.
incredible.
I mean, I have no legs pants to stand on in this situation because you're doing fabulously. So I should.
I'm doing fine.
So I think you're onto something though. So in all the writers' rooms you've been in, you haven't encountered anyone who was like, you were popular in high school, and also coincidentally, you were great at this thing.
There are, but it's fewer and further between.
Okay.
I think a lot of great comedians and writers have some sort of childhood grudge or trauma that they're trying to fill with this.
What's yours, Dan?
Everyone go around and say your worst trauma.
Yeah. Yeah. We ran into someone at a Chick-fil-A once. Remember?
What did we run? What?
We ran into someone I went to high school with, and he's like, see you on the Instagram, and that's what I do it for.
that
for
moment
him.
is
That
That
moment.
woman.
That
It was like,
moment is really
seeing
good.
you on the Instagram. Yeah, and to haunt everyone that they have to look at me.
Yeah.
But has
For
the
the rest of
inverse
their
ever
life.
happened to you, where let's say you're walking around LA and the person you wanted to prove yourself to, they were like, "Whoa."
I don't know. I mean, I was so annoying in high school. If they begrudged me, I would be like, "You were right."
Yeah.
What
you
were
were
you
trying
doing?
very
What were you
hard.
doing in high
I was
school?
just trying so hard to be liked. Just trying it. I was like a different like identity every week. Like I would be
Can you give us an example?
I would be like
A watch collector one week.
and then I'd be like a preppy kid one week, and then like a wankster the next,
Wankster.
and then like wearing like matching sweatsuits and like big chains, and like then be like a journalist kid, sound like Hudson Proxy the next, or like be a stoner the next week. Like I just was trying every identity in hopes that someone would like me.
Yeah, and they didn't. Which identity?
It didn't take.
It didn't take.
None of them quite took.
And yet you just have to learn to be yourself.
Wow.
Wow.
And that's my
We love
pilot
you.
that I'm trying to sell right
and
now.
we love you. What did you land on as your
I guess
identity?
Lululemon guy. I didn't realize this until yesterday.
You were a Rhodes Scholar finalist.
Wow.
Where is this coming from?
We're talking about that was an identity that you were trying on.
Well, that wasn't an identity. That was just like a scholarship I was trying to apply to.
But you have to. That's for athletes, right?
No, it's for.
It's very smart people.
For-
It's like Rachel Maddow and Bill Clinton.
The Rhodes Scholarship.
Yeah.
I always, for some reason, I thought that
There
it
is like a
skewed. Like
there's like an athletic component to it that like Rhodes. By the way, the guy who not I think I can probably shit on him now was like a real big.
You're not going to get the prize now,
I think he
baby.
was like a. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to do
Rhodesia
my
is
research,
named
but
after him.
I don't
He
think
was
he's the greatest guy in terms of human rights.
Yeah, you think they would have changed the name.
allegedly.
Yeah, but he gave a lot of money, and part of the
Blood diamond.
of how they grade people is on certain categories. And I think there was an athletics category. So I remember even in the interview they were like, "What athletics do you do?" And I was like, I think I do rec league basketball and tennis and play some squash, bing bong."
You turned into Donald Trump.
Oh, that
even
wasn't
know
my
what that
Trump,
was.
but
It was a little Trumpy.
it was kind of a nothing. It was kind of me realizing I was saying something boring, so I did a silly voice to kind of get us through it.
I think you killed it.
Thank you so much. I can see by your laughter.
So what's the thing that you want now?
What do I want now?
Yeah.
I guess it would be nice to have a family.
Oh my God.
I'd like to have some kids.
You want to write the story.
What were you saying?
He wants to write the Aunt Jemima story. You want to be hired
I think they changed the name. Didn't they get rid of that?
to white Aunt Jemima.
No, they didn't.
I think they erased her.
Yeah,
No, yeah, it's not the.
it's still called that, but they got rid of the logo.
They put her out to pasture with the Land O'Lakes Indian. Where they're just
Oh, they erased that too.
that would actually be fun. All the that'd be a good movie.
Oh, the canceled.
All the
canceled. The Cleveland Indians
yes,
logo.
the Redskins, the Uncle Ben.
Yeah. All the canceled logos. That's good.
And then you
All
could sell
hanging
that
out.
to the.
And what happened to
Yeah,
them?
talk to Sony.
And this was the great gig for them,
I mean,
and they lost it.
you're quite the apologist for racist logos.
No, I just feel bad for them now that we killed them all.
What are they doing now? Yeah.
The Land O'Lakes, it's empty. There's no
Wow.
Native American selling of that.
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know.
I don't know
I
what's
thought you
going
might
on.
say something.
I don't know. My stomach hurts so much.
All right, well, keep going. This is going great. This is the best podcast we've ever done.
I feel like you're not being honest.
How's your chair? Is it comfortable?
It's so bad. It's like the fists are pressing right into like, I don't know, this like
Listen,
part of my,
they are really-
the thoracic spine
Yeah.
or whatever.
So do you want to write and star in your own show? Do you act?
I do, but I'm not. I think at this. I mean, yeah,
but that
I
would be the ultimate if you
That would
wrote
be
and you
nice.
starred in it.
That would be
Then
nice.
you'll get all the adulation.
I don't want to
all
be
the
greedy.
people-
I don't want to be greedy. I'm happy to just write. I'm happy to. I direct.
Is that
I'd
a
be happy
thing
to
in
direct.
Hollywood? If you write and star in a thing, people are like, he's double dipping. He's getting kind of greedy.
I think people see that as very cool. There's a lot of people who do. You know, like the Rachel Sennett, I Love L.A. You have Rami. You have like
They're
there
not
are
in this
people.
room. They're
who,
not in this room.
They're very talented. They're beloved. To even be mentioned in the same sentence as them is really quite an
Oh
honor.
my God, Tim Apple loves you so much. What's going on in this industry?
What's going on in
Is it
general?
hard? Because I look at you as someone who has figured it out and succeeding. And
It's
you
so
always have-
crazy
You always
being
and then I talk
as
to
the
you,
guy.
and you in your body, you're like, it's chaos, it's horrible, I'm
Well,
drowning.
I wouldn't
and,
say
and
it's
if that's
horrible.
the case, that the person
No,
I
I do
look
think
to,
things are coming back a little bit because,
Okay.
at the Warner Brothers lot, there's more stuff happening than maybe I've ever seen. So there's a lot going on at Warner Brothers, which I'm like, oh, maybe there's a lot of shows and movies shooting. You know, there's like a lot of cool shows being greenlit and coming out, and it does seem like things are happening. I will say I'm not a big fan of consolidation. I think that's going to kill a lot of jobs, kill a lot of opportunities. Sure, there's a chance it could lead to some, but generally, historically speaking, the more these companies combine, the less jobs there are for executives, for taking chances on new writers, for new voices, for even just like new shows, because you get these like massive overall deals and just take shows from the same few people.
Yeah.
Because why would you take a risk? And if there's also less competition, there used to be over 100 cable channels. Now there's 7 streamers, and about to be 6, and then about to be 5, and about to be 4.
Right.
Like there's that consolidation, very scary to me. AI, very scary to me in terms of could it replace labor?
I think it's all the same, regardless of what industry, and everyone's trying to become known. And that public recognition is your moat, because then this is Bill Lawrence's AI adapted script. And
But
people
let's
will
say
watch it.
but that's for people who have already a publicly established voice.
I think that's what the race is what everyone's
But
trying
you
to
have
the
to,
thing is-
we all have 2 years to really make
lock
it,
in a
and
voice.
to lock in voice, lock in money in NVIDIA stock, and just
what do
hope
we-
it goes to the moon while
But
everything
that's
else
already
disappears.
priced in. It's already cooked.
But let's say we're not
Damn it.
those people.
Then you're fucked.
Yeah,
And there
we're
truly
going to be
is
ground up into like
meat.
energy that will
Yeah.
be used to
just fed into the data centers.
Yeah, to make like
The tech set calls it the permanent underclass.
to make the
Yes,
the
exactly.
Soylent Green that will make
Yeah.
the AI that has
We're
replaced
gonna
us.
get put into the hot dog. It's crazy looking at you two right now because you're sitting in the exact. I have to take a photograph of it because you're sitting to the hand resting over with one finger a little bit out, with the hand over the leg crossing.
If you sit in this art
Even
piece,
the
there's
way-
only one way
this
to
is,
sit.
this
and
is why you can't replace Brian on the podcast, because
we wouldn't
we're
sit
just
differently.
we're just in sync.
And
you
here's
know?
the thing with me in this chair. You guys have one great way to sit. I've got 0 good ways to sit in this thing. I can't tell you what my spine is feeling right now. It feels like Brian's stomach, but on the
Oh my
I'll
God.
stretch
outside.
you out tonight at home.
I was just asking-
Are you inspired by what's being put on
Well,
the
that's what I'm
television?
saying.
Some of it's very, very impressive. I was just finished Night of the Seven Kingdoms last night. That's a hell of a show.
But you think it's like great?
Yes, I think it's
Okay.
fantastic. One of the better shows I've seen in a long time.
As someone who's deeply inside the machine and has seen how shows get made and pitched, well, like, why is there so much absolute mediocrity?
So here's what I'll say: is that it's super. I think it's hard. People say, how can a movie or a TV show be bad with all the talented people that there are in the world? How did they get through this many gates and it is still bad? I say, knowing how the process is, I go, how can something be good? To be good, you have to have 100,000 miracles, because you have on a TV show, or a movie, thousands of people working on it from the beginning to the end. Every single one of them has to be flawless. And if any one person drops the ball, you've lost your movie, you've lost your series. You get a bad note. You have bad audio. You have bad music. You have bad lighting. Any one person could tank the whole thing. One bad actor could pull you out of something, and all of a sudden, it's not good. So the fact that anything turns out well, to me, is a miracle. So the fact that things are mediocre, I'm like, yeah, but they're like, it's a miracle that got made at all.
Yeah, we should be. We should be thankful
so
it's mediocre.
hard that to get something made. You have to go through so many hoops and notes and interpersonal shit that just doesn't show up on screen. And if anything even remotely good turns up, I'm like, how the fuck did they make something great?
Why go through all that trouble? Why can't I just fucking stream myself on YouTube and I don't have to take notes from anyone? There's people who are giving bad notes. And
There's a lot of bad notes, but there's also good notes. Like David Lynch in Twin Peaks. First season, spectacular, one of the greatest TV shows of all time. He was getting a lot of network notes to make it more understandable. They were giving a lot of notes, and then the second season, they were like, wow, that was a hit.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. And it kind of, people say, it kind of went off the rails. So sometimes notes actually are very good because these are executives. This is their job. They know what they're doing. They know what the
You feel that
people
way? You
want.
feel that executive? Isn't the stereotype that the executives are complete hacks who have no idea what they're doing and just like are scared and just want to do the most palatable average?
I would say that is a stereotype that can be true, but is more often not true.
Okay. So you're sticking up for the man.
Well, the man, for example, pays me.
The man pays you very well.
So
and
I
gives
need to-
great notes.
The man is incredible. I love your notes. Thank you for your notes. No, I think most executives are good. I think most of them love TV. They love film. They love art. They love creativity. They're a part of the process. They have insight into the mandates of the networks. They have insight into the audience wants and audience patterns and things like that
Really?
writers don't
And one
know.
of these people is David Ellison.
He comes from a different world. I mean, I don't know. To even be mentioned in the same sentence with him is a huge honor, and he will soon be in charge of a
everything,
very large
of your life.
percentage of the industry. And I think he's so handsome.
All content will be Ellison. It'll be
and
like
he's so cool, and I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to work with him.
this is why you've succeeded in this business.
No, I think there are the bad execs. You hear, the stories,
Yeah.
but by and large, those jobs are so fucking competitive. To be a exec with any kind of like note power or like, green light power at these studios and networks, you have to be grinding and really prove that you have good taste and meeting a lot of people and good connections and be able to give good notes. And you're like going up the ladder over decades. Like these are not scrubs.
Well,
like
they're gonna give you a script, Zach. It's okay. They'll greenlight your show. You don't
I'm
have
just
to
saying.
the glazing.
No, but just as someone who is an executive who's been there for 25 years, it's not random.
I agree, but I think we've all been to many meetings where we've talked to whoever is in charge or of getting a new show, and you ask them what their mandates are, and they seem to have no fucking idea what they're doing. Oh, the company's kind of in a flux state right now. We
But
just
that's
got new
not
funding.
them. That's coming
We're-
from the top.
but at the top they're like, we're looking for animation, but actually like, like talent first, but really a really great concept, but not too high concept. Like I've been to so many
they're
of these.
scared because
Yes.
everyone is scared because they
just
don't want to
feel
spend a lot of
slow.
money on the things on a flop.
And instead they just spend money on mostly mediocre content, which is what we get. Except for Shrinking on
Thank you so
Apple
much.
TV Plus. One of the top shows on Apple TV.
It's doing quite well.
Plus,
I'm very
along
grateful
with
for our
Pluribus
viewers.
and Ted Lasso.
And Severance does quite well as
And
well.
Severance.
And their Apple TV really has a lot of great stuff. All the networks do. I mean, really, just every executive is so beautiful and handsome and just has such good taste. And if I pitch you something, I really appreciate you taking the time to listen and buy it. Am I coming across as ChatGPT 4.0?
No, this is great. No, I'm
enough?
just curious. I'm just genuinely curious. What's like the key to a good pitch?
That's interesting. Key to a good pitch. I do love pitch. That is something that is
are you good?
broken inside
Are you confident?
me.
Or you're like I got this in the room. Like
In
I'm
the
gonna-
room, well, because once I actually get to the pitch, I've like stress tested the hell out of the pitch.
Yeah.
And I love pitching. A lot of writers are like, ugh, I hate doing this. It's such a chore. If there's something broken in me, I love pitching.
Because you're a performer.
Because it's you're essentially doing a stand-up, a tight 20 about what your show or movie is.
Right.
So it's like you give your premise, your characters, what the story is, the themes, the why it's important, and it really
dress
is.
up.
I don't dress up, but I dress up the pitch. I do a slide deck. Sometimes I add videos or images or just like or sounds, and you make it as engaging as possible because they're hearing a million pitches. And also I know exactly what it is by the time I get there. I know what season 2 is. I know what season 3 is. I know these characters inside and out because by the end of the pitch, they're going to ask a lot of questions, and then you need to be able to kind of like improvise on the way out. So you want to have thought about all those things.
That's interesting. Do you think that there are people you've met who actually have had great concepts and pilots, but they're just like they have
They don't have the riz.
they got
don't have
no
the
riz
sauce
in the
and
room?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's people who are it's interesting. It's a different skill because there are people who are like just good writers, just like on the page they just type nice.
Yeah.
There are people who are incredible writers, and then they just can't pitch themselves because also you're not just pitching the show, you're also pitching your vision and yourself and like your brand in a gross way, like. And you're also coming in, and by the time you pitch the network, you've done this pitch 1,000 times because you've done it to get a producer on board, you've done it to get an actor or director or someone on board, you've done it to the studio, and then you've done it to the network. And each one of those pitches I just mentioned, you also did 3 additional pitches because they gave notes, and then you did practice pitches and whatnot. So you've really crystallized it by the end. And there are people who just I think non-stand-ups usually, or just non-performers who they just don't. It's an uncomfortable thing.
Yeah.
It's like those people who don't like giving a presentation in class when they're in 5th grade. They get frozen up. But
I generally feel like I try too hard.
In the pitch?
And like I prep a lot.
Yeah,
and so
that's
I've
good.
met no, but like I feel producers and they're just like, just throw it away. And I've like,
well,
I'm at this point now where in Hollywood it's like, you know what? Not preparing, that's a vibe. It breeds his confidence. It's like, fuck it, bro.
Can I tell you that, at least the secret I use, and you're a stand-up, so you know this too.
Yeah.
You have to have the thing deeply prepared, and you have to say it like it's the first time you're saying it. If you have a stand-up joke you've told 50 times, you have a show that you say it. There are things you do that make it sound like it's the first time you're saying it, that you're thinking of it on the spot. So you give the vibe of it's like you do things like, and maybe this character Helen, she like you do little things, you do little ticks or little like asides and stuff. And also, I also will add,
hey, is this thing on? You guys can hear me? Are we mic on right now?
Yeah, you do comedic asides while you're doing. I will ad lib like jokes as I'm going along too that do make it feel fresh, because you do want it to be fresh to yourself.
So you're obsessive to the point where you're even practicing the.
But I think it's obsessive to the point that you know it inside and out, because they're buying they're spending a lot of money to buy this world from you. So you better know what the world is, because if they're hearing what 20 a day, like
if you sell a show, how much money do you get for that?
That depends on who you are.
Let's say you're like first time.
There's WGA minimums that it depends also on who you sold it to. If it's a streamer of certain sizes, is it cable? Is it network? Is it half hour? Is it hour? Is it there's a charts and stuff.
So like let's say upper crust Netflix, you're
not going to get a number out of me. You can
okay.
consult Article 9 of the WGA MBA.
Talk to Adam Conover.
He for sure knows.
So and I wonder if we have this in a lot of our society, where you're obviously very funny and talented, both as a writer and as a performer.
That's very kind of you to say. Thank
you can sell in the room, but you're saying there are a lot of people who are great writers, very talented, but they just don't have the juice, so they can't sell it. And similarly, I feel like there's, so many people are being hired off of like TikTok followers and their ability to be really good at front-facing video content. Yes. And then we're like, okay, you have to be really, really good at this narrow thing. And now we're going to ask you to do something kind of completely...
A different art form.
Yeah.
It's like you're great at painting, now blow us some glass. Like it's a different thing.
Yeah, exactly. And so are we actually like, is that maybe part of the problem? Is that we're sort of selecting for the wrong
I think
skills?
with pulling people from social media, I think you get that. Because there are so many people over the years that have been like, oh, you got to cast this person because they're hilarious on social media. And like, maybe they're brilliant, but they're only brilliant in this like in 30-second bursts with no story, and they can't actually do emotional range or whatnot. However, some of those people can.
Yeah, some of the people can. I will say that a show that's very popular that maybe one of the people on this panel has written for has recently hired a few people from social media who are very big. And I feel like they used to hire them from sketch backgrounds.
Yeah.
And some of the funniest people who came from that show. Again, I won't say what the show is.
What show are you thinking of?
I'm talking about SNL.
Oh.
How SNL used to hire people from Groundlings, from the sketch, from improv.
Yes.
Which is really, I would say, the closest skill to being really good on SNL. And I think in the last 10 years, they've hired a lot of performers who are stand-ups or really good on TikTok. And I think that, that's a completely different skill. And I think so often we're hiring for, and I think it shows. And I think
I will say that one doesn't rankle me as much, because that does translate, because if you're doing like fun characters, the confidence, the characters, fun voices, that you really can show off on TikTok in short form for SNL, which is short form.
Yeah.
Like these sketches are not long. I would say where you get into problems is where they're like, oh, you're a hilarious TikTok star. Can you write a movie?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's a different skill set. You need story math. Sketch, you can I love sketch math. There is a structure to it, but you can also just power through a 4-minute sketch with a really funny character.
Yeah, to Dan's point, I'd assume like playwrights would be more adept for writing a feature.
Yes, because there's structure.
But unfortunately, playwrights, like not many of them are making silly videos on TikTok.
Oh yeah. That used to be a big thing of playwrights.
Jeremy O'Harris,
great
on TikTok. Maybe that's why he's killing it.
Great getting in trouble in Japan too.
But that for many decades, playwrights were that was where they would get new TV writers. That was like
right. The Wire, I think, had a lot of playwrights.
A lot of playwrights came out of
that. Makes sense because you really have to know character, story, emotions. Like it's a lot of the same stuff. It's just that's fine. That to me is like that. Those translate very easily. But have you guys gotten pressure on the shows that you've worked on to hire people who are like just TikTok stars and like, oh, we got to get this person, we got to cast this person because it's gonna like bring in this segment?
I don't know. I think less on the writing front. I think on the acting front, they look at your socials now.
Yeah,
like there's no getting around it. I think on the writing front, there is like. It's certainly going to be helpful to have a following, but there are people who are just great writers.
Yeah.
But I think I think in front of the camera, because that's more that's where the publicity matters more. That I think that is they're really taking that into account.
Got it.
It's very rare now that there's just someone who's like a great actor, who's just like a great dramatic actor who comes out of nowhere.
Paul Anthony Kelly in Love Story.
I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't seen either.
He's the JFK Jr. guy.
Oh.
Was he big on TikTok before?
No, I think he was on the verge of quitting, but the showrunners and the creators and the casting director said like all men are porpoise-like and no one looks like they fuck. It's like everyone's like too twink to play JFK Jr.
I heard he just really looks like him too. And like
that's 95% of
yeah.
it. So they went back to the old tapes and they're like, fuck it, just bring this fucking guy in.
Yeah.
He looks close enough.
Good for him.
So the trick to succeeding is to look like someone very famous already.
I mean, there are people whose whole career is impersonations.
That's true.
Of other famous people. Like you look like
oh my God. Did you see the video of Matt Friend on Twitter?
Oh my God.
That made me laugh so much. How his impersonations are just announcing the name of the person he's impersonating.
It is.
Are they good?
The impersonations themselves are good, probably, but and this is a problem I find with a lot of people who are amazing at impressions. Is if there's no writing, then and like they're just saying the name or saying like a catchphrase, then
Melania,
it's like a parlor.
Bring me a Diet Coke.
Yeah, it's just, and I feel like there's a problem.
That's good.
I feel like there's a problem with a lot of impressionists is they're not
writers.
This is why James Austin Johnson is actually so good. It's because he's an incredible writer and he's so quick and fast. And
it's funny to hear those people saying something funny.
Yes,
it's not necessarily just funny to hear them say what they've already said.
Yeah, then it's just a parlor
But I haven't
trick.
seen this guy's thing. I don't want to besmirch.
He's being dragged.
A fellow comedian.
He also wears really tight pants. Actually,
my man.
So.
All right, now I'm going to defend this guy. He sounds like a great friend.
Just to be mentioned in the same sentence.
It's an honor to be mentioned in the same pants as him.
Yeah. Well, I think on that note,
that's what we're going out on.
I think we did. You can say whatever you want.
It's been 14 minutes. It's fine. I'm having fun.
We're having a great time. Feel? You want to replace Brian when he's sick?
I mean, he is sick currently, so I thought you were going to drag me for my clothing more, but
I think it seems mean on the podcast to bring someone on just to mock
That's
them.
why. Did you see how upset Dan was when I defended you from the jump? He was
I thought Brian was going to join.
I thought you were going to jump on me too.
Yeah, Brian's in like a
This
love.
is what the problem was. We wasted all our juice because you guys should have heard him yesterday. He was dragging me through the mud. You were being cruel in a hilarious way, and I kept saying "save it for the pod."
Yeah, and I blew my wad.
You lit your gunpowder was all.
But that's kind of the beauty of podcasting. You can't predict anything. It's very extemporaneous.
Yeah. Is it bad and boring? Maybe. Yeah, that's what's great about it. Is it dull and
bad
not funny?
and boring? I call that authenticity. Those are the unplanned moments.
That's the future.
Here's what people don't know: this whole conversation has been tightly scripted, and much like pitches, as we've been saying, in all this like sort of
deep
texture
Yes.
that makes it seem real. It's all a performance.
In fact, it was superficially added with the new AI feature in Adobe.
Yeah.
Authenticity.ai.
Yeah.
And that's why you should take Middlebrow, an hour-long dramedy, 12 seasons. I was finishing the pitch.
Oh, that's good.
Oh.
Thank you.
Where can they find your work, Zach?
My work? I
Yeah.
mean,
Tell them what to watch.
if you could watch, it would be nice if, I mean, you're welcome to watch Shrinking. I write on that. I'm very grateful
You can
for
go
it.
into Zach's Instagram and see
great.
how tight his shirts are.
They've gotten tighter over the
They've
last.
gotten tighter
Yeah,
as
you're working out.
Yeah,
That's
but
good.
but
I mean, I've
you-
been I should have been flexing.
But
this
your
whole
shirts
time.
have. It's not that the shirts have been filled out. You've gotten tighter shirts.
I think it's a mixture.
Yeah, it's okay. The vanity is there, which is great. I support you.
Well, I'm trying.
Watch Shrinking on Apple TV.
Shrinking. You could follow me on Twitter.
Send Zach some shirts that fit him properly.
Dan is gonna get me into some looser fabrics.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I got
take you to
these jeans
Mohawk.
though, which apparently aren't even big enough. So I just bought even tighter jeans.
So,
Why are they mislabeled?
vintage Levi's? Because they shrink over
Well,
time.
they had the tape measure.
Oh yeah, so if it's measured, you're good.
Oh, okay. it's a
Typically, if you're
shrinkage
going off of the label, you want to buy like 2 to 3 sizes above
of your waist,
actual waist
or length.
So let's say if you're like a 32, you have like a 32 inseam. In vintage, you want to buy like 35 by 34,
Oh, that seems huge. Because if you,
but it'll shrink.
It shrinks.
It shrinks.
does it?
Yeah.
Brian just slipped into his Instagram character just seamlessly.
Well, here's the
It's
thing.
It's not
You-
even a character. It's just who I am. It's the great hack.
So what I'm hearing is that you buy these pants, you have no idea what size they're going to be. It's all over the freaking map.
This is why you go to a store,
on.
which I tried to convince you to
If
do.
you you buy a pair of Lululemons, they start 32 and they end 32,
and they stretch with you. You get chubby, they get chubby,
and then
baby.
you put them in the wash. They right back to where they started, right as that Indonesian child left it.
Yeah. Well, you live your Lululemon dreams, baby.
I'm just saying, it's a fine brand.
Subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/middlebrow.
for bonus episodes, and check out Zach out on Blue Sky. What do you want?
Unfortunately, I mean, I'm on all of them. Zack
God.
Bornstein,
Zach Bornstein.
Okay.
ZACK.
Thanks, Zach.
Bye, everyone.
Okay, that was Middlebrow.